Hello, and welcome to the 20th episode of The Wonder of Star Wars: The Old Republic. As you can see, I decided to go get that Datacron and not force you guys to watch me fall over and over, but surprisingly, I actually got it on the first jump this time. I was very happy. So let's go ahead and let Javiik consume that knowledge. You've located a Datacron, an ancient technology once used by the Infinite Empire. This Datacron was created for a singular purpose, to improve one's mastery attribute. This one is still active. Use it to improve your mastery attribute. Once used, you will have the ultimate power of mastery. And for those of you who are following along, I hope you know by now that mastery is one of the main stats that help you do, well, pretty much everything. It helps with damage and it helps with healing. Alright, what did we unlock? We got Galactic History number 28, the Battle at Primus Golod. This Datacron holds unheard of power and knowledge collected by an ancient race. You access its power and discover writings which are clearly only one small piece of a massive galactic history. Toward the end of the Great Hyperspace War, besieged on all sides by the forces of Naga Sadow's Sith Empire, the Republic prepared for a last, desperate stand at the Red Giant Primus Golod. Sadow's fleet clashed with the might of the Republic Navy, while Sith forces fought the Jedi on the surface of Coruscant itself. Gav Dargon, who had been fooled into becoming Naga Sadow's servant, led the assault on his homeworld, Corus Major. When one of his friends was killed, Gav realized Sadow had been manipulating him and defected to the Republic. Alongside Empress Tata's forces, he joined the battle at Primus Golod. Trapped, Sadow used the superweapon to explode the Red Giant. Sadow's forces escaped into hyperspace before the shockwave hit. Gav Dargon was killed, but not before he had transmitted Korriban's coordinates to the Empress Teta and the Republic fleet. At this point, I'm really wishing that I enjoyed the median of comic books. For whatever reason, I love looking at the art from them, but I just can't get into reading them. But Gav Dargon is one of the key figures in one of the Old Republic comics, I believe, and I know of him mainly because of his really cool outfits that you can get. I bet there's a lot more to him than his dress, though. See, we are now down on, I believe, what is the bottom level of the Okara droid factory. We left off halfway through last time. Right, I was trying to kill droids and it wasn't doing nothing. So let's go finish up this quest that we got down here. Hey! Campbell didn't make the jump down! So for those of you who are joining in as this series comes out, this one is a day late. I just decided to take a break yesterday and chill out instead of playing Star Wars. So if you're joining us afterwards, that's fine. Awesome. You never noticed a thing. There was so much news last episode with the server merges. There is not that much more to know. In case you forgot, server merges are going to be November 8th, 2017. What else do you need to know? That video pretty much explains everything. It explains that all your stuff gets server merged. You don't have to worry about it. I was talking about it a lot last episode too. We did get a really definitive answer about preferred players though. So long story short, subscribers during the server merge, doesn't matter how many characters you have, you will continue to be able to keep them all, play them all. If you're on a free-to-play account, you'll be stuck to having only 2 characters that you can play total on the new servers. So if you had like 2 on Jungma and 2 on Ebon Hawk servers and they got merged. I was going the wrong way, wasn't I? There looks like there's nothing for me in this room at all. It's kind of strange. Just droids for me to kill, I guess. I don't know. So if you're free to play, you're just still stuck to 2 no matter what. But preferred players, they actually didn't write about them in the special document that they made that explains everything to do with server merges. But I got a hold of Eric Musco because quite a few of you guys asked me in the comments what are happening to preferred players. I'm preferred. How many characters am I going to get stuck with? Because I need to prepare if it's only going to be a couple. So, long story short, preferred players don't all have the same amount of character slots available. It depends when you were subscribed. Maybe you got some free bonuses. Maybe you unlocked some along the way while you were subscribed and paid for the character unlocks. Most preferred players, though, have 6, so they can play 6 characters per server, which is quite a bit. You can almost see all the class stories on one server. Now, the thing is, with the server merges, we weren't sure if they were still going to be able to play all of their characters if they made characters on every server. So, for example, if you had 6 characters on one server, that's a wave. Hi! 6 characters on Ebon Hawk and 6 characters on Jung Ma, and those 2 servers are gonna get merged together. Can you continue playing all 12? Oh, I'm finally going in the right direction. Maps. Maps and dates, not my forte. So could you play... Oh my gosh, like it's a droid taking a lava bath! I wanna go in there. We need to continue this conversation at a later date. Friends, I need to go in the lava bath. Just die already. The lava's awaiting. It's calling me. Okay, here we go. Hello, hello, hello. I'm sorry, I don't know why, but this is super amusing. Okay, anyways, let's go back to talking about those preferred players. So we weren't sure, would they be able to play all 12 or would they be stuck to playing 6 of the 12? It was never a question of would their characters be deleted, because BioWare has been very, very clear that they don't want you to really lose anything from the server merges. Make things disorganized, make things complicated, yes, but they want to do as much as they can to make sure you keep all your items and characters. So I contacted Eric Musco directly because so many of you had asked me, oh, bye, asked me specifically what's going to happen to my characters. And Eric Musco, the community manager of Star Wars: The Old Republic, was nice enough to track down the developers and actually get a solid reply. What are we fighting, Kimball? Oh gosh, lots of people it looks like. Oh, they explode! Oh, I looked at the map. It looked like there was a million little red dots a few seconds ago. I thought they were all coming for me at once. It's okay, we're safe. Activate and destroy prototype director droids. Alright, well, let's get over there. So Eric Musco replied to me via email. Unfortunately, it's not on like the official forums or anything like that, so you have to take my word for it. I think it's pretty safe to do so though. He said that preferred players will retain the cap that they have now. This is not exact words. They might consider raising in the future, but for now, however amount of character slots you have unlocked, like I said, 6 is the default, but you may have more depending on if you got bonus characters or if you unlocked some along the way. You'll retain that cap. So if your cap is 6, and you've played 6 characters on Jung Ma and 6 characters on Ebon Hawk, you'll wind up with all 12 of them on whatever your new server is. In my example, that would be the Star Forge. But you'll only be able to play 6 of the 12. If you've ever gone from subscribed to preferred, you subscribed at some point and then became preferred versus becoming preferred by buying cartel coins, you may be aware that if you have a bunch of characters, you have to pick a couple by activating them. So the way it works, if you've never gone through it, is if you have 12 characters and you suddenly become preferred, all of them become deactivated, like their names turn red and you can't play them without first activating them. So you get to pick however your limitation is. So if you can only play 6, you get to pick 6 to activate. And the other ones, nothing bad happens to them, you just can't play them anymore. So like I mentioned a while ago, I did play as a preferred for about 6 months. I wasn't happy with the direction the game was taking, so I decided to take my money elsewhere. Well, not really elsewhere, just not to give my money to BioWare. And so I did have to choose which characters to activate. Mainly I just decided I'll only play my main characters for now, and maybe have like 1 alt for leveling. 6 is actually quite a few characters in my opinion. It's more than enough, especially if you're not paying for the game at the time. You can have like your main healer, your main DPS, your main tank, and then your roleplay character, and then 2 leveling characters, and there you go, you've got 6. If you can't find something to do between the 6 of them, you're not trying hard enough. Though, so in this case, it is kind of a bummer though, because preferred players are going to lose something that they had before. We're all going to go through maybe the troubles of losing maybe our names during the server merge, and some players are gonna, who have a million characters, are gonna lose the ability to make new characters. Like if you have more than 52 characters, you won't be able to make new ones until you delete them down a bit. But I think this is the only case where someone's specifically losing something that they didn't have before. Oh no, someone's gonna steal my quest point! Oh, it's okay, there's lots for all of us. So very specifically, let's say you're very happily playing your 6 characters on Jung Ma, and very happily playing your 6 characters on Ebon Hawk, and all of a sudden the server merges happen and now you can only play 6 of them. Does kind of suck. And I will say I'm not super impressed by that answer, but I understand why it was made. Basically, they don't want to encourage people to stay preferred. Long story short, if you want to play all 12 characters, please put that $12 a month towards the cause. Speaking of subscribing, once again, if you find your characters' names important to you and you don't want to lose them, you definitely want to subscribe, or rather be subscribed on November 4th. I am very sorry I said the wrong date in that video. I'm really hoping everybody saw the notes and stuff that I left. So I'd give it a little bit of leeway too, maybe November 8th! November 8th! November 8th, 2017! Automatically, players who are subscribed get priority over players who are free to play. So let's say Johnny free to play has a character named Javiik, and no, I'm probably gonna lose my name, that's sad. So if a free to play has the name Satil and a subscriber has the name Satil, it doesn't matter any other stats except that the subscriber has subscribed, they will get the Satil name. So if anyone has the name Javiik who's transferring servers with me, I'm probably gonna lose it. It's a nice name. Maybe I'll go after this, go take a look at the other servers and see which other ones have Javiik available. Maybe I can make a Javiik on every server, or at least the ones that I'll be merging into. If not, maybe we'll just make, we'll give him a last name or something. It's not a huge deal. Oh hey, that room that didn't have anything now has stuff. Awesome. I'm sorry these last couple episodes haven't been very roleplay friendly. It's just, we're just killing droids, to be honest. Balmorra is a very boring planet. Oh, so someone else mentioned something else interesting. They were saying if you have any enemies, they were saying specifically roleplay enemies, but this could apply to anyone. If you've made anyone angry, or you've annoyed anyone, whether it's in PvP or PvE or RP or just you're annoying in general chat, I don't know. You might want to go do the same thing that I was saying I might do with Javiik. Go to the other servers and make characters with those names. You don't know if it's already taken or not, or if it is taken, who will win the character name collision. Ooh, cool. If you do go on other servers and find your names taken there, make sure to only do it on the servers you're actually getting merged with. Like the max you'll have to do on is 5 servers if you're on the East Coast. Usually it's just going to be 3 servers. And don't fuss too much, don't worry too much. There's a good chance it's a player that hasn't played recently, and if they're not played recently, they're definitely probably not going to be subscribed, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't stress too much about it. Unless it's somebody like you know who has that name and you know they're subscribed, don't kill yourself stressing out about it until the server merge day actually comes. Another thing people are saying people might do is they might know of names that belong to older people who haven't played recently, who are probably now preferred and will lose their names in a name collision. So I, for example, have the name Sun on Jung Ma, and I'm subscribed, so haha, you probably can't steal it from me. But maybe there's somewhere out there who started playing when the game first came out and made a character named Moon, and maybe you know they're not playing anymore, so they're probably not subscribed. You could go snipe that name, make a character named Moon now, and when that server merge happens, you'll at least only be fighting with the other 3 people who made a character named Moon. Yeah, I don't know. They've said specifically that not very many players are going to be affected by the name issues, but I have a really difficult time believing that, especially after going through a transfer myself. I lost my main character's name and one of my non-main characters' names who I liked a lot. I had a character named Prosper, surly old, I guess you could call him a bounty hunter. And I renamed him Disconnect because it made me so mad I had to rename him. It made me more angry than renaming my actual main character. I need like a permanent secondary map. Can I like get a tablet just to put the map on it? That would be fantastic. Thank you so much. So what else has there been for news? Really not a lot. Oh, we do have a little bit more news about the new PvP map. It is going to be, for those of you who PvP, period, doesn't matter ranked or unranked, it's going to be on Yavin 4. I believe it's going to be 8 versus 8, so it's probably only going to be for normal PvP, player versus player. It's going to be on Yavin 4. It's going to be similar to the Alderaan rule set, the Civil War one, the one with the 3 nodes and the cannons and the percentages and stuff. And it is going to be focused around Sith artifacts, I believe. And of course, then there's going to be the new GSF map, but we already knew that. That's going to be over Iocath. And yeah, I'm really excited about the new updates. I mean, apart from my like worries about the server merges, I'm pretty stoked about it. I'm really glad about this upcoming change. Oh, another thing someone said that was interesting in the discussion about that was that they liked playing on the quiet servers for planets. Whoa! I don't know what's going on, but it looks amazing. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this, but there is an entire group. Oh, they're role-playing. Virio and Nestia fired on the droids, a little close for comfort as they advanced, one swiping at her body. Oh my gosh, they look really cool. I'm just gonna like try to not disturb them. So I'm assuming they're advancing together as a group to go on a mission or something like that. I wish I could just stay here and watch them. I'm a total lurker when it comes to when I catch people RPing. Well, usually I run up and take a screenshot. Do you think they'd mind if I do that? Let's see, who talked last? I gotta get him. It was Virio. Oh, this is Lords of Sokan. There we go. The Knights of Sokan. I'm only more familiar with their Republic side. They are a very heavy role-playing group. Whether they're your style of roleplay or not, I don't know, but if you're looking for a roleplay group, you could probably take a good look at their website. They've been at the very least, I can definitely say they are a very long-running guild, because they are one of the other guilds that moved from the Jung Ma server, so they're at least as old as the guild that I'm in. If not, maybe even longer, I don't know. Here we go, here's somebody I can whisper. Hello, do you mind if I run up and take a quick video of you guys? I'm sorry, we're interrupting playthrough to... It's RP, guys! It's very important! And I said the Okara Droid Factory is not gonna be a very heavy roleplay night. Apparently I am a huge liar. Janata sets her attention on the droids in front of her, not seeing one to the side that had shot at her, the shot heading to her left side. Okay, she says I have to ask Rexy. I don't gotta ask nobody. I'm filming. I'm more asking if it's okay if I, like, get in their face. Hello. Do you mind if I take a quick video of your group? I would have to. It would not be very immersive. Oh, okay, so while we're here, let's talk a little bit of roleplay in the game. Here's something else they mentioned. The way you roleplay in game is you kind of take on the personality of your character and try and act as they would act. It's kind of like a living play, I guess you could say, between two people, and it's called role-playing because it's playing a role. You could pretend to be your stoic Jedi Knight. These guys are pretending to be a various medley of Imperial characters, it looks like. Hey, they said, sure, we are in-characterly just dealing with a defunct power plant. Ta-ta! Ta-ta! And then slowly... one beautiful shot. And then one more. And so these guys are all basically pretending to go take down a defunct power plant, or rather deal with it, and they're doing it in the form of Sith. We've got, I see at least one bounty hunter, and I see definitely an agent back there behind that screen. Okay, we'll leave them to their business though. Ah! I attracted somebody! Run! Oh, what have I done? Run, 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 run. Okay, we're safe. We're safe. We'll finish this quest and talk more about roleplay. Would you like me to send it to you later? If so, what would be a good Twitter, email, or Reddit? Okay, they can figure themselves out and I'll send it to them. Because it looks awesome.
You're alive! And not only that, my comlink is picking up signals again. Is everything uploaded?
Oh yeah.
That network should be choking on malicious programs.
Now it's my turn. I'll aim our scanners at the Okara droid factory to measure the extent of the damage the virus has caused. If the computer core shuts the probes down, I can record how long a window that creates for future assaults.
I'll leave you to it.
I cannot express what your success will mean. Not to me, I'm nothing, but to the families of the men who died for this mission. Those soldiers did not fail their empire, nor did their empire fail them.
Now go get your leg fixed, please. It's sticking out. Alright, so the way you act as your character, you can type in chat, basically. There's two different methods you can use to type in chat to express what your character is thinking, doing, or saying. Most players use a combination of the emote channel and the say channel. And those are like little chat channels that are only local. Only people nearby can see you. So when you say, Javiik brandishes his lightsaber at the Okara droids, that it's okay, general chat's not gonna see that. But your buddy right beside you or your group that you're role-playing with can, which is really nice. So the emote channel is the orange one that you may have seen in chat. That was what I was reading from what they were saying and doing earlier. And they're just making that up on the spot. It's not in game. There's no rules to follow or like preset ones you use. You just make it up. And the way you do that is you type /E and then you can type what you're doing. So type /E space spins in a circle. We'll say Javiik spins in a circle. And you can also use /say if you want to be talking. So you can just type in, hello everyone, how are you today? And it would say, Javiik says, how are you today? But less awkwardly.
Lieutenant Ruta reported in. He says you completed the platoon's objective alone.
Ruta was too humble. He expended great effort to carry on the mission.
We will recover him when possible. Now, a new development demands attention. Our battalion may have been unable to assist the platoon at Okara, but I assure you they were not sitting idle. Auric and Kresh companies, and the remainder of Besh, simultaneously invaded rebel posts in Broken Valley. They found something.
By all means, continue.
Our droids went through the rebel databanks and pulled out messages about them occupying a tunnel network we call Cave 52. The rebels are in Broken Valley, and they're moving in cargo. All indications are that this load is special.
What do you want me to do?
If our whole battalion comes knocking, they'll evacuate immediately. We'll need a small, fast attack to get inside Cave 52. The guerrillas know the tunnels quite well, so I suspect they have ambush points.
It doesn't matter where they hide. Their fate will be the same.
I like that
Good.
line.
Word will spread about the captured posts, so I would head to Broken Valley immediately. We'll have a surveillance officer monitoring K-52's largest entrance. His name is Trecht. When you've seen the cargo,
Look at his
report to
eyes.
him, and he'll contact me on a secure frequency. Go in strength.
I don't know if you can see it on YouTube, but his eyes have a very, all the eyes rather, have a very strong glint. Cheers, thanks. They said if you ever want to join, let us know. So you can also express talking in the emote channel. So you could type /E says quotation marks, how are you, quotation marks, and some players prefer that. It's super up to preference. Doesn't really matter which one. Maybe it'll depend to your partner, but in general the game doesn't care. Most people are just happy to kind of accommodate what you can do. Whatever you want. Most players aren't super fussed about it. If you join a guild or you join in on a group, you may want to ask which channels they prefer. Because heck, maybe they like using only group chat so nobody else sees it. Or they like only using Whisper. I don't know. Level 30! That was a very easy level. I can't believe we're already 30. We're on our 3rd planet and we're not even close to halfway through yet. Hoping I'm going the right way. Oh, the other one's up. Come on, Javiik, go, go, go. Now, if I wanted to join in with them, I could have typed /E, aka Javiik, watches the group from afar and asks them, do you need help? But one of the things is if you see a group that's an entire guild, they may not want random strangers joining in. Or they might totally accept a random stranger joining in and totally embrace that. A really polite thing to do is kind of do what I did, not ask them, can I take a video of you, but ask them, can I join in Whisper? So you can click them and then right click their portrait and Whisper, and that is the private chat channel. That's how we've already been here, right? Yeah, we did. We were doing other stuff here. So you can go, I remember I always get stuck here. Can I zoom in here? Magnify. Okay, no, I have to go up and around. And ask them, do you mind if I join in? And they'll either say, yes, please do. We are doing XYZ. Or, no, sorry, we're doing a planned event that wouldn't make sense for strangers to join in. And that's totally up to them. It's like you can't go up to somebody playing soccer and expect to be allowed to join. Maybe they'll say yes or maybe they'll say no. So I know a bunch of you are going to go in the comments and say, why didn't you join them role-playing? They looked awesome! And the reason is because, number one, I didn't really want to interrupt their guild event. Number two, I got droids to kill, man. But number three, most importantly, if you are not actively participating, roleplay can be fairly boring to watch. Like, maybe if you're doing something else while you're watching someone else do it, it's okay, but just sitting there watching people roleplay is kind of frustrating. This is because it does take time between responses. Although it's like being in a play, it's not like watching a play. That's because nobody's answers are scripted. Large majority of the time, people are thinking up what to say as soon as the other person talks. So they're not having a true back and forth conversation. They're like stopping to think, oh, what would my character do next? Oh, I better wait for my buddy to say something so I don't type up a storm and don't even give him or her a chance to reply. There's a lot of pauses in between. So, dear roleplay partners in the past, don't hate me. I was probably, even when we were roleplaying, had like some window in the background and was looking at pictures of cats while I was waiting for you to type back. So as an observer, you're not only waiting for your own turn, or rather one person's turn, you're also waiting for the second person's turn as well. So you're just sitting there watching a text chat. Now, the stories themselves can be as exciting or as boring as the people make them. Much like a book is literally just words on a page, but can be very exciting and interesting and fantastical. Same thing with roleplay. It is just text on a chat, but it's as good or as bad as the people doing it make it. Hey, we found a purple quest.
My lord, my respects. How do you like Balmorra so far? Doesn't seem like much, does it?
Lockdown.
I thought this was an Imperial operation.
I thought the lieutenant would have told you. I'm Balmorran, but I'm also a businessman. Patriotism is bad for business. So is death, but only to a point. Resistance stealth troops have been infiltrating Imperial outposts, making quick strikes and leaving no trace. The Empire says they can't be beaten. I say they can.
I like that. We had that codex earlier, I believe last episode, that talked about the Balmorrans and their various businesses and arms factories. They kind of have to join or die. And in his case, he decided to join and also make a profit. I guess why not, right? It's that or get your factory blown up from the inside by someone much like Javiik. Oh, what I wanted to say earlier is look at his eyes. It actually looks really nice on this character. You can see the whites, the sparkly reflections, I guess you could call them. This is something they added in the last patch. I'm not entirely sure. I believe there was an answer if this was entirely intended or not. I think the effect in general was, but some of them are very, very strong, and there's some characters who will have like bright white glowing eyes. We should take a look at Javiik later and see if he has it too.
How would you know how to beat them?
You don't see them until they kill you.
Bit.
That's what they say.
Yeah,
but I built the
eyes.
tech they use to keep hidden. There are camps in the Gorinth wilds, but they've surrounded it with mines to keep strangers out. Watch your step, and you can use this device to detect the stealth fighters. They're fast, though. If I may offer advice, strike quick and hard.
Ooh, we got a new belt. Oh, we got that decoration. I was thinking about that the other day. I was thinking, should I go get my stronghold or not? Maybe we'll get it after Balmorra, because I want to put that deco down.
Generators targeted. Weapons locked.
Aerial Assault Commander Nedis, my lord, at your service. One moment.
Fire when ready, Hawk Leader. Proton bombs away. Generators show no damage. Should we come around for another run?
What's the use? Return to base. There you have it. The Resistance shield generators are well nigh invulnerable. Too entrenched for our bombers, too well armored for ground assault.
That was an awesome cutscene. That was not what I was expecting from a random side quest.
I take it you're in charge of the bombing runs.
That's right. Just promoted. And not long for the position, unless we resolve the generator situation. Pity our solution is so troublesome. This planet is orbited by laser defense satellites. Most were destroyed in the invasion, but a few still function. If we took over the laser satellites via their control tower, we could aim them at the planet and destroy the shield generators. My predecessor called it Operation Firestar.
What happened to him? A laser from the sky, eh?
That sounds like something worth seeing.
It would be. Unfortunately, it hasn't happened yet. Firestar was scrapped. With the Resistance blasting us every step of the way, taking the control tower is impossible, and we have no alternative. If Operation Firestar stays iced, the aerial campaign is doomed. But perhaps a Sith's wrath can do what a squad of soldiers can't.
Hey, he knows who I am. Wait, a Sith's wrath? Oh, just my general fury and power. Ah! Yeah, I expended my Sith's wrath on that Datacron earlier by not falling off the ledge and actually jumping to it. Oh, right, so people were kind of asking, what can I do to prepare for the server merges? And apart from subscribing, my answer before was not a lot. Pretty much just enjoy it, I guess. What do we have to do here? Decloak and defeat stealth troopers. Find some stealth troopers somewhere around here, apparently. Boop. Ha! I found you. My answer is a bit changed now. First off, if you're a preferred player and you have characters on multiple servers, you'll want to condense your items and credits onto a characters that you're going to play. So if you have 6 on one server, 6 on the other, pick the 6 that you actually want to... pick the 6 that you'll actually want to play in the end, once the server merge happens, and then make sure those are the ones that wind up with the extra credits and stuff like that. Oh, I need to use the thingy first. So, unfortunately, preferred players they can mail items to their other characters, but they can't transfer credits easily. So what you're going to want to do is you're either going to want to use your credits on those soon to be deactivated characters to buy easily sellable items. So, for example, crafting materials would probably be a good bet. And then if you'll send those crafting materials to the other character. The other option, if you have a trustworthy friend, you can trade them face to face the credits, and then they can trade your other character, like you log off and log on to the other one. That only works if you have a trustworthy friend. Don't do this with a stranger or an untrustworthy friend. Because they could just take your credits and walk off, and BioWare would not help you in this situation, I don't think. Now, the next tip that I have to say to prepare for server merges, if you're watching this before server merges happen, yay, perfect for you. If you're watching it after, just you can laugh at these advices because they're not very useful to you at all. So, strongholds. I had a very interesting question today that I never really thought of before. This was on the strongholds video, and they asked, is there a way to have a stronghold for each character specifically and not have them shared? I'd like to make a Nar Shaddaa house for my... Are we done here? Nope. One for my Jedi and one for my smuggler, but unfortunately every time I go in, they are shared. And that's just how the strongholds work. They are bound to your legacy and they're for everybody on your account. What's interesting is that that person didn't have an option to do anything before, but they kind of have one now with server merges happening. Because the way that server merges work for strongholds, like I mentioned before, that BioWare has a theme of trying to make sure you don't lose anything in the server merges. They're making it so that if you have a Coruscant stronghold on one server, and that server gets merged with another server that you also have a Coruscant stronghold on, you'll get to keep both. So, here's my advice. If you want to have multiples of any servers, for example, you want a Coruscant stronghold for your Jedi Knight and a separate Coruscant stronghold for your Trooper, you can have one on the server you're on now, and then you can go figure out what server your server's merging with and go make a second one there. Like, you only need to get to like level 15 and have 5,000 credits. So you can probably do that fairly quickly. I mean, you saw how fast I leveled, and I'm leveling really, like, I'm going out of my way to play the game slowly. So you just need to basically be level 15, finish your first planet, and have 5,000 credits. I don't think that would be too impossible to do. See, what do I need to do here? Investigate Cave 52. Use the computer. How about we just sneaky? What computer? Oh, right here.
I'm here. What do you need, Amber Cabin? Hold on. How did you get in?
Your petty legions did not know the power of the Force. I educated them.
I actually just kind of waltzed in.
No one move. We might work this out. Listen, the people in that complex aren't of any consequence, and are certainly no threat to the Empire.
They have quite an escort for people of no military value. Try again.
I'm telling the truth. They're Force sensitives, and the law on Imperial planets is all Force sensitives must be trained as Sith. If you don't train, you're executed as a potential threat, but not everyone would make it as a Sith. Some people discover their sensitivity when they're too old, or they just don't have the will. So they go into hiding with us.
What would you do with these washouts?
What would anyone do? We take them to Republic planets, get them a job farming dirt or making hyperdrives or whatever. But the Emperor keeps making laws that say they have to die.
Yeah, Javiik's not a cold-blooded killer. He's seen how, firsthand, just how rough the trials can be. They're definitely only for the strong and the bloodthirsty.
If they are no threat, they have little to fear from me.
Are you serious? Your superiors would... Well, I won't tell them if you don't.
Pretty
Everyone
much.
in that
Don't tell
cabin will have
Zash.
you to thank for their lives. We'll clear everyone out of the caves. It would be best if you could say you found nothing here.
I'll just say I killed everybody. It's fine. I mean, who's gonna question me? Oh, you think I didn't kill everyone? Would you like me to give you a sample of what I do? Yeah, Javiik's a lot harder of a young man than he was when he first started, but he's not a happy killer, and he's sure not on board with the propaganda of the Empire. Remember, he has only been a part of the Empire for the last max year or so.
You're Tyrus's operative, correct? Good to see you alive.
Major? Yes, I'm here with your operative. He secured the tunnels. No, I contacted you immediately, sir.
He wants to know if you made it in time.
You can tell him that there's fleeing force sensitives and they'll go like cut them down as they leave. That's sad.
K-52 has no cargo. They moved whatever it was before I entered.
Kemval
Sir?
disapproves.
We've got dust. Uh-huh. I'm certain, sir. He's cursing about Imperial intelligence again. You may want to sit down. This usually takes a while. Sir? Yes, sir. I'll pass the word on. He apologizes for the unnecessary danger. It looks like our battalion is going to be searching the other caves.
At least you'll have a clear mission objective.
Yes, from now until forever. When we uncover the real rebel nests, they're going to pay. You, on the other hand, are in the Major's good books. He wants to commend you for aiding the battalion. If every soldier we had risked their neck like you, this Empire would be a much different place.
I like lying for saving people. I'm very on board for this. Got some gloves. Any better? Nope. Everything we get is lower than what we need. Oh, these gloves are apparently good. Let's wear these. Ooh. Oh, they're different gloves too. Those are kind of cool. Yeah, I'll do the bender out later. Let's see where we go in here. Top or to the side? Let's go to the side. Oh, we can use our speeder now. So, long story short, what I was saying, you can make multiple strongholds on multiple servers if you want to have them. Now would be a good time. Server merge is November 8th! November 8th! November 8th, 2017! You only have a short time to make them if you're watching this video shortly after it came out. Yes. The last thing is advice that I got from my crazy guildmates who have way too many characters. They are insane. They actually play these various characters. I don't know exactly how or when or what, but they do. I know at least when we're doing Conquest strongly, I did see them on all those 52 plus characters. How do we get down there? Oh, I hate this area. I always get stuck here and I always get lost and it always takes forever to get out of here. Built into one of the craters created by the Imperial bombardment, Outpost Victory began as a small outpost of resistant fighters. Over the years, however, it has grown into one of the Resistance's major outposts, guarded by enormous anti-aircraft guns and shields to defend against orbital strikes. Imperial prisoners captured by the Resistances are often held in Outpost Victory, and lately there have been unconfirmed rumors of a Republic presence at this outpost. So, what my crazy guildmates with way too many characters said, are we going the right way? I don't want to go here if I don't have to. Okay, yes. Is that the way the server merges work is that if you have 51 or less characters total that are getting merged together, it's not an issue. You don't have to worry about it. If you have 52 or more, after the server merges, it's not an issue. Like if you have 50 characters on one server, 50 characters on the other, it's fine. You're just gonna have 100 characters on your new server and have fun playing all of those. They won't get deactivated or anything. But they're saying, the BioWare said that if you have more than 52 characters, let's just cut stuff. See? Yes. If you have more than 52 characters, you won't be able to make any new ones until you delete some or transfer some away. Either way, you need to be under 52 characters before you can make more, because they don't want infinite amount of characters. Now, how do you get 52 characters? I'm pretty sure you have to have a ton of character unlocks and stuff like that, but this server max is 52. I don't know what the subscriber max is. It's pretty high regardless. I don't remember exactly what it is, so it's way more than 6, that's for sure. Hey, can I let you out? Yes, you can.
You... The old man sent you for me, didn't he? He must have gotten my distress signal. I guess he's good for something. He kept talking about some Sith he was working with.
Oh, this is the
He didn't mention you were a filthy alien.
Oh. Suddenly feeling a lot less generous about saving him.
The sooner we get this done, the better.
I'm just glad I don't have to take orders from the old man. Now get me out of here.
I don't know if I want to. Oh, but a holocron. Yeah, we're after knowledge. We'll release this punk for a cool holocron.
Your father said you were after a very special item.
Figures he'd go blabbing about it. But I guess the damage is done. My master sent me here for a holocron the Republic dug up someplace or other. I got the holocron, now all I have to do is get out of this place.
What purpose does this object serve?
It's not the holocron itself that's special. The holocron's a map. It's supposed to point to a powerful weapon of the dark side that's hidden here on Balmorra. The weapon's mine if I find it, which I will, now that you're here to free me.
I'll free you if you give me the holocron.
Ha! I'm not afraid of you. I'm injured, but I'm still Sith. I found the holocron. It's mine. Now let me out of here.
What if I just say no and walk away? Nope. I'm not gonna free him, I want the holocron.
You leave one way. As a corpse.
Not without a fight, I won't.
Are we gonna fight through the force field? Why don't I just leave him in there and walk away and say if you want to get out? And he gets his lightsaber too? This is not a fair fight. Where are you? Oh, how rude. I need to keep on my sunbreaker there. Back, foul beast! I like the low-level bosses. All the suns and stuff work on them. For example, this one. Bye. Give me your holocron. I wonder if I'd freed him. He'd probably tried to kill me anyway because he's a little punk. Ah, now we have to go back and say, dude, sorry about your kid. I just murdered him because I wanted his holocron. It's kind of a jerk move. I mean, sure, you shouldn't have called me a scummy alien, but does that deserve death? Yes, it does. Right, so if you have more than 52 characters, you won't be able to make a new one ever again until you delete some. So what my crazy friends are doing, they are making extra characters on the other servers that are going to be merged in so that they can still play newish characters. So they're just making a bunch of like level 1s of classes they want to play or stories that they wanted to see again just so they can play them later. Let's see, is it down? Up? Oh, over there. Maybe I can take a shortcut. Let's see. Let's go splunking. Whee! I think that's the smoothest I've ever navigated this. Ah! It is further down. Fine! Going this way. I don't want to fight nobody. I just want to die. Okay, here we go. Hey, I didn't even have to fight anyone. Okay, that was still the smoothest I've ever navigated this area. What's going on about Kimbal? Let's drive the Balmorran rebels away in terror. Didn't know you cared so much, Kimbal. Where are we heading? So I don't think I'm going to need to make any of those extra characters there. I don't think that's the issue I'm going to face. Man, these guys are actually hurting me. I want to get to the back of this cave. I want to get to my class quest. See if we can snicky sticky. Snicky, snicky, snicky. Oh wait. Oh, this is a heroic area. That's why things are hurting me. Sure, let's try and kill them all. That makes a lot more sense. So I'm curious, are any of you doing anything to prepare for the server merges? I've seen a couple people saying, if I lose my names, I'm just done. So, yeah, that's one way to prepare for server merges. Oh, right. I mentioned I was going to be joining a podcast for an episode to talk about the server merges. If you want to hear me talk even more about it than I did in that video about it, the server merges video, that episode is now edited and up on their website. Just Google SWTOR Corellian Run Radio, and it's I'm not sure what episode number it is. If you're watching this recently, it should be the most recent one. If you're watching this in the past, maybe you can search Corellian Run Radio Swtorista and it might come up. Sorry. Something like, I want to say like 155 or something like that. I really didn't memorize it though. So that video goes, or that podcast goes way more in depth about, in audio form, what to expect with the server merges and what to know about it, and also what me and the hosts think of the upcoming server merges and the new content. Hey, look, it's somebody who needs to die. Stand in the bad stuff. It don't matter. Kimbal will heal me. Oh, a couple people asked me, why do I have Kimbal in the healing stance? Long story short, I like having my companion in healing stance just because I don't like stopping. Basically, you have two kind of options while you're playing as a DPS character. You can have your... I guess you could always have your character tank, but I'm not quite sure why you do that unless you're a healer. If you're a damage dealer like me and like to throw lightning at people, you can have your companion be another DPS and you can kill things a lot faster together, but you may have to stop and use your heal every once in a while. Excuse me, I need to press the button. Excuse me! Anyways, give me your stuff. Thank you very much. A new belt. Oh, my inventory is full. Oh! I am going to remember to go sell trash items. Yes.
White Wajans.
Thank you. Oh wait, I should kill two more things, huh? Oh shoot, but I sent Kimbal away. Life decisions. Let's see what happens. Oh, they're gonna kill me. kill the ones that are almost dead already. Well, I finished the bonus. Let's see if I can kill this guy. Oh god! Don't hurt me! Okay, we're cool. So if you don't have your companion as a healer, you have to do this every couple of seconds, and you might die if you're not paying attention. As you may have noticed, I am not taking combat very seriously, and I'm often spending a lot of time yakking while I'm supposed to be doing combat, so thank you, Kimbal. Kimbal brought back 4,000 credits. There's a good boy. So I like having Kimbal as a healer. It's technically, I think, less efficient, like in terms of time, but it means I have to spend less time just sitting there doing this. And also means I can yak to my heart's content. Oh, something else exciting for me, personally, at the time of making this video. Oh, there's an interesting guy. We can yak and kill at the same time. Something that's cool for me personally is that, I'm sure you guys all know who are watching this by episode 20 that I do lots of YouTube stuff. And one of the big ways that I can see I'm doing a good job is when the comments, if you guys are saying like, we like it, yes, this video is cool, then I know I'm doing a good job. And the other one is subscribers. So when people subscribe, it says, I like your stuff enough that I would like to know when you make more. Well, at least that's what it says to me. I don't know what it means to you guys. So I'm going to be soon reaching 20,000 subscribers, and that's a really big milestone because in terms of YouTube, that's not actually that many people, but I mean like 20,000 people! That's a lot of people! I can't even imagine like 20,000 people in a room. Is that like, how many people is a gymnasium full with lots of bleachers? I don't know. 20,000 people saying that they like my stuff enough that they want to know about more is really cool to me. It's also really cool to know that there's over 20,000 people who are interested in Star Wars The Old Republic. Like, I know that I believe the game has at least I think the last report I remember seeing was in 2014 saying that there was at least 1 million people playing. So obviously there should be a lot of people interested in Star Wars The Old Republic in general, but it's hard to conceptualize that when you only see like max 150 of them at a time on one of the most populated fleets like Harbinger or sometimes Ebon Hawk. So it's really cool to see that that many people really like the game enough that they, one, watch YouTube videos about it, and two, specifically like my channel as well. So that makes me really happy. So especially thanks to you guys who have been sticking around for such a long time. I know some of you maybe even found this channel. Oh, where am I? Oh, I have to go the long way up. Oh no, I don't. I need to press buttons. I know some of you have been here since all the way back when I made my very first videos about strongholds. Those videos are so bad. The audio quality is horrible. It makes me, the difference is astounding. And but maybe you subscribe for those random stronghold videos, see if this person would make more of them. Next one's up there, it looks like. Snicky, snicky, snicky. Snicky like a snake. Ah, I like this method of traveling. Up the tarps means you don't have to fight. Who's this guy? Coco. And some of you joined up and have been sticking around since the earlier Academy videos came out, since I started actually making like content specifically for other people, not just like walking around a stronghold and stuff like that. So, and those of you who are new who are joining, I'm glad you're enjoying it and have been enjoying the videos. Thank you, all of you, so much. I literally would not make these without you guys enjoying them and watching them and saying that you like them. I am not doing it for like the love of the art of video making. I specifically make stuff so that other people can enjoy it or find it useful. That is what makes me happy. So if I made a video and I spent like 20 hours on it and not a single person watched it and not a single person commented on it, I'd probably not make a video like that again. Let's see. Oh, there's a quest here, but I don't like this area. I hate this place. I'm sorry, I know we're supposed to be doing every quest, but if this sends me like deep into that area again, I'm probably not going to do it. Distress call intercepted from freelance operatives. Gonna kill. Playback initiated.
Hit! Repeat! I'm hit! Meridian Grace is going down! Cargo's too important to lose. A gift from Ty Corden. List of major supply catches hidden before the occupation. Activating all droids on board. They'll protect the data disk. We're not gonna make it.
You realize that finding these supply caches could do massive, I'm assuming massive damage to the resistance. What? Excuse me, I was in a holocall? How very rude of you to interrupt it. Oh! Something else really exciting! Okay, relax. I really, no, this one I'm really excited about. Okay, so there has been a guide I have been working on for literally at least 1 month, possibly up to 2 months. I have been working on this guide, probably the biggest and longest thing I've ever made in maybe my life. I don't know about college projects, maybe might top it, but I'm not entirely 100% sure on that one. But I have, since I started this, you guys know how interested I've been in doing the story in order and the story and all the quests. Just very much a story run, and I know I'm not the only one who likes to play that way. And there is a really great graphic that somebody has made that shows, let me just poke this, that shows like what order you do things in, like you should do. You access the satellite controls and input the coordinates for the generators. Activating firing sequence. Blow it up, blow it up, blow it up. Who is in charge of this cutscene?
Lasers raining down from the sky, shield generators in flames. Operation Firestar is a reality now, thanks to you.
Like, someone was in charge of this cutscene. I don't know, was it like a test run and they made it better than all the others? Wow. What? I am at 100,000 credits. That's a lot. That's just from stuff I picked up from the ground, too. Ooh, that guy looks cool, too. Got a cool mask. I don't even know if I can show my mask. Oh no, I'm wearing my circlet, right? Oh good, we can get out Outpost Victor. Get me out of here! Okay, so this guide, I am very, very proud of. It is not a video guide. I'm not entirely sure I will do a video guide. If I do, it will be kind of a short form, because that would be like an hour-long video. I'm still debating. It's kind of low on my list of priorities, I guess. I have a bunch of other ones I want to make first. But this guide is for anyone who ever needed help figuring out where to start a certain storyline for our Flashpoint quest. So it is a guide that not only says what order you're kind of supposed to do them in. For example, do Hammer Station after you finish Dromund Kaas, but also tells you exactly where, when, and how you can start each of those quests. So it will tell you you can go speak to this droid that is at the wall of Dromund Kaas, and it is named, I don't know what the droid is named, I did not memorize all of these, and you can start it at level X, or you can group finder it at level Y on veteran mode, and so it will tell you exactly where to start all these quests. So this goes for the Flashpoint quests, and where you can find those special secret little hidden breadcrumb droids, like we found the one on the wall for Hammer Station in Dromund Kaas. I gotta find that hidden little... This is the crash shuttle from that cutscene we just watched. Maybe? Kill things and I'll find them? See, now, if Kambal was DPS, I could just let him kill these and walk away and go look on the ship. I can't jump. Okay, it says I'm directly on... Ah, there it is. Sweet. Let's get out of here. Oh, we'll use their speeder. So it includes the Flashpoint Droid quests, where and when and how you can start those. It includes the bonus quests. Some of the planets, a few of them can be started at low levels, others can't be started till 60. It'll give you the breakdown of those. It has information about all the expansions or secondary planets. If you are a preferred or subscriber, it tells you what you should have access to and when you should have access to it and stuff like that. It also has a breakdown of a solo story path, which is something that can be very hard to find. I don't know if there is some out there. The graphics, the pretty graphics that people make of the storylines. Hey! What? Am I supposed to be here? It says, retrieve the Sith weapon. Oh, that was weird. It wasn't glowy before I got here. An active lightsaber. Cool. So it includes a solo story path, so I've taken out all the flashpoints that you can only do in a group. I've taken out all the operations from it. I've added little notes about ones that are technically soloable but have weird parameters, stuff like that. For example, the Esselis and the Black Talon, the first flashpoint you do in the game, is technically not a solo flashpoint. It's supposed to be 2 people plus, but you can totally solo it. It's fine. So where do we find this crazy guide if you want to look it up? It is... I'm going to link it in the comments and the description of the video, but in general, if you want to find it, it's on the reddit.com/r/SWTOR, SWTOR. The SWTOR Reddit. It's kind of like a discussion forum, I guess you could say, but it's open to free to play as well. It's not the official forums at all.
No more surprise attacks. Good. Captain Rigel is on Holo. He wants a word with you.
My lord, allow me to express my deepest pleasure at working with you. Operation Breaking Point has been far more successful than I ever could have imagined. Word is the former Balmorran Minister of Defense Vol'arjan might come down to Balmorra. He's playing right into our hands.
Whatever makes you happy.
I'm happy to see you're so pleased.
Now that the wilds are secured, we're ready for the final push. Colonel Vrain, head of the Imperial Conquest Consolidation Corps, has come to oversee the action. He's at the Sundari outpost, in striking distance of the Resistance's main base. It's now or never.
So that guide, if you ever have any questions... Oh, another part of that guide is what is available after you start Knights of the Fallen Empire and what is not available.
Balmorra certainly attracts our order like flies to fresh meat. Any news from the slaughter?
I've discovered a series of secret resistance supply caches. Interested?
Oh, this is rich. Tie-cordoned, stubborn fool. Nobody hides supplies from the Empire. Now they're ours.
Okay. Okay, what are my options? Destroy the supplies? Why would we destroy them? I want full recognition. Whatever. Why don't we just keep them?
Set the equipment ablaze. Let the exiles watch their hope burn.
Oh, that's horrible! That's not what I wanted to say!
I'll set the blaze myself.
Oh God,
You set a
what have we done?
ferocious example for us all. May the Force free you.
So if I wanted to, I could have pressed escape at that point. It would exit the conversation and, oh, level 31. And we could redo it, but I'll only do that for serious ones. I don't want to make you guys watch cutscenes over and over and over as I try and decide what I want to say. Alright, let's, you know what? I think this would be a good point to call it a day. Thank you so much for joining me for all that exciting stuff. And lots of actually, this episode, I liked what we saw in this one more than we did last Balmorra episode. So I will see you guys next time on the Wonder of Star Wars: The Old Republic.